Sir Richard, may I have a
Yes,
moment of your time? I know you're
yes,
quite busy with your fighting and armor and the like.
yes, Reese. What is it? I'm here to serve you. To give you assistance? Does the king need my help? What is it?
Yes, well,
Baroness?
good afternoon. I am Agent Reese of Anglesey. I'm operating on the authority of King Emilius Claudius Britannicus and
Yes,
Queen Isabel Atwill of Ealdormere.
yes. Well, I'm their loyal knight. So what do they need?
Thank you.
Ready to fight their enemies.
Indeed. um, do you know why I've requested to interview you today?
Well, obviously, I'm a knight. It's to fight.
Well, yes, normally that would be the case. However, we are investigating a certain matter that you may have some information about.
Oh, well, of course. Who do you need me to go and bring in for questioning?
Well, in this case, we are questioning yourself.
Oh. So I don't need this helmet.
No, sir, you do
I
not.
don't need these gauntlets.
No, you may.
And the mail's a bit of overkill.
Maybe just a touch.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll take off these bits here.
Sure, make yourself comfortable.
Make myself comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
There. Well, yeah.
Yes, that seems quite heavy.
Jeez. I've been wearing that since March.
Oh boy, you've been waiting quite a while.
Put this back on. Oh, now we can have some ale. Cheers.
Yes, cheers. I will have water.
So, what does the king need me to questions to answer?
Well, for the record, can you please state your full name and title?
Oh, so I am Sir Richard Larmer, companion of the Order of the Pelican, also Baron of the Court of Malek and Genevieve.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Where were you on the day of the disappearance? That being the disappearance of Baron Davith.
Oh, yes.
And
yes.
of course, on September 6th of the Anno Societatis 55.
Oh, that's what this is all about. Oh, of course. Oh, well, I was here. I was here in the lands of rising waters. The waters here not near me lap onto the shores of the kingdom of Ethelmark, so I have a duty to protect this part of the kingdom and to serve the king and the king's agent, the good Baroness.
Yes,
so that's where I was. I was here doing my work, and there's a lot of work here. You know,
is there?
Keeping track of all the peasants, collecting taxes, patrolling the border, training, that kind of thing. Lots of work to do.
Sure,
Very
absolutely. Is there anyone who can confirm your whereabouts?
Well, my lady, of course. She's been here too. So
of course.
Well, except for when she goes out.
Definitely.
Sometimes for days.
So she may not have seen you on September 6th.
I think she would have seen me then. Yeah, she would say so.
All right. Well, we may have to speak with her at a later date.
Okay.
How do you know Baron Davith?
Well, he is a noble of the kingdom. He's one of the king's men, so I know him that way. I have been in his court. I have visited his barony. The man and I are not close, but I certainly know him as a fine and upstanding noble. So this is quite shocking and a loss for the kingdom that he's gone missing.
Absolutely, it's very shocking. We're eager to find him.
Yes.
Hopefully healthy. Where did you last see the Baron?
Well, that would have been late winter. I had the joy of traveling to his barony for an event they called Break the Back of Winter.
Oh, yes.
And I was at that time serving our great Queen Kayla, the Cheerful, as her champion. So I literally stood at the court there and saw him there. So yes, that would have been last time I was in his barony, as a matter of fact. It's a long journey from here to there and back.
So you did not see him on September 6th then?
Well, of course not. As I said, I was here.
Do you know if Baron Davith had any enemies or anyone who would hold a grudge against him?
A man who has power always has enemies,
of course,
right? Because you have to rule, you have to lead, you have to set examples, and so some people, just don't like someone in his position, right? They want to take his lands, or maybe he did something to offend them. I heard that he had a hunting accident where he, instead of getting a rabbit, he inadvertently killed a cat, and that upset one peer. very much. So,
Mhm.
and I've also heard some other unpleasant things
Do you
being
remember
said.
which peer was upset?
Well, I don't like to say this because it's a lady, but I will. Um, uh, Magistrate Nicola.
Ah, all
Yes.
right.
Yes. Now, I can't imagine her doing something like this.
Of
Very fine
course.
lady, but people talk.
Yes, of course. And
Right.
we have to investigate all leads
Right.
in order
Yes.
to find
And
this.
she should have no problem answering questions. 'Cause, yes.
All right. Why do you think that someone would have done this? What possible motive could someone have had for this?
Well, um, maybe someone wants his power, right? So maybe someone, I heard a rumor that, even heard a rumor that he might have been switching sides, taking his barony to the east.
Oh,
And that would be, so someone may have acted on behalf of the king to protect that.
that is very intriguing.
Yes, yes. A certain chronicler might have done that, I heard. So, but the other thing, you always know what happens is sometimes, you know, things go awry between a baroness and her baron, right?
Oh,
And sometimes, things just don't work out very well.
were
And
there any issues between them?
well, aren't there always issues, right? But yeah, I hear that he just complains a lot about wanting to go on a long trip.
Ah,
So who knows? Maybe she arranged that long trip for him.
indeed.
Yes, yes. But
Hmm.
one nice thing is, he's just missing, so he will
Yes,
show
as
up.
far as we know, he is only missing currently.
Yes, so he will show up. So.
That is the hope, that we find him very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, finally, what do you think should be done with the person who did this?
Well, they should be brought before the king for the king's justice, of course, because that's the role of the king is to rule the land with a just and even hand, right? And
Absolutely.
look at all the facts in the case and rule accordingly.
Mhm. However, if you were given the choice of what the punishment should be, what would you say?
Oh well, this could well be a capital crime, so it may involve appropriate execution.
Mm,
And
very
depending on the
serious, absolutely.
rank of the individual involved, the
Mhm.
method will be determined.
I
Right.
agree. Very. Yes.
So yes, very serious. It's very serious. And the thing is, this is not just an affront upon the good baron,
Mhm.
but the baron is the very embodiment of the king in the
Absolutely.
lands of Skraeling Althing. So this is not an assault on that fine gentle. It is an assault on the king himself.
Absolutely.
Right?
And by
So,
association, all of the rest of us as well.
well, of course, yes. So it effectively is treason, and we know. Well, some would argue. I'm not a lawyer, but it strikes me as being treasonous behavior. So they would have to be dealt with. So,
Yes. And
but
the law speaker, of course, would be considered,
mhm,
and the wishes of their majesties as well.
yes, yes, yes.
All
Well,
right. Well, thank you so much for agreeing to this interview, Sir
oh,
Richard.
okay.
The Crown certainly appreciates your cooperation in this matter.
I always cooperate with my king and my queen. Right?
Yes.
Wassail Ealdormere.
Sail Ealdormere.
Yes. Wassail the king. Wassail the queen.
Sail the king and queen.